I'm Lisa Hayden with Channel 6 Central Kentucky TV, Community Focus on Washington County. Today we are delighted to have with us Teresa Tedder.
Thank you.
Who is the award recipient of the Business and Springfield, Washington County Business and Professional Women's Club Woman of Achievement Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, we know that was in October, but I have been a little delayed, and we have such great award recipients in Springfield, and I was off a little bit too for the birth of my new grandchild. So, but now we can do this interview, and I am just happy to have you here, Teresa, because you are most deserving of that award.
Oh my, thank you again.
And your daughter presented the award, which was, I think, very nice.
Actually,
oh no, she did not.
She did not.
Others did.
The others did, and I was like, my daughter is here.
You know, I don't know. Well, of course, Fran Carrico,
Yes.
who, you know, I assume nominated you, and of course, you know, the members voted on. Because of that, I suppose she presented it, and I guess did not think about Keeley being right here in Washington County.
It was fun. Fran did a beautiful job, and I'm deeply appreciative of all that she has done.
Yeah, and I know that Fran, of course, who's a vocal singer who, I guess that's how you say that, or singer, has performed in the Mid-Kentucky Arts Concerts.
Yes, she has.
And also sings in the at St. Dominic in the choir, where you play the organ.
Yes.
And do you lead the, I suppose you lead
Yes,
the choir?
my title is music director or organist choir master, so yes.
Okay. Okay, so, and I know she realizes, of course, what an outstanding job you do and how dedicated you are, Teresa, as we all know, to your profession.
Thank you.
So tell me what, because I bet a lot of people don't realize your involvement with music through the years.
Well,
and how talented you are.
My earliest memories are of playing the piano. I've been in music all of my life, a professional musician for the last 30 years. And that's what I do all the time, every day, all the time.
Yeah.
And so life, as always, gives us unexpected turns. And about 15 years ago, I shifted away from performance and more toward composition, and I have found that to be probably exactly where I was supposed to have been. So we all have surprises, and that was one of mine. It was a real revelation to me when I was working on my master's degree. I thought that everybody, once they had reached a certain level of performance in their field, in their musical field, could write, arrange, improv, do improvisatory. And so it was quite the revelation to me to realize that most people don't and can't. And so I shifted my focus into composition. But I love choir work, I love the organ, I love the piano. So.
Well, you're amazing at it. I mean, just amazing. And I know that, and you know, tell me, because it looks so natural to you, but you tell me that you practice.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like all you do is just sit down and just play, and can play anything.
Well, you know, it's...
Because you have an ear for it.
I have an ear for it, but it is the same. Anybody that's been in a profession for years and years, it looks natural and easy, but it's because you've done the groundwork and the foundation and the prep work. Just like you go to the doctor's office, they don't have to look up a prescription. They know what to write and to give to you. Mm-hmm. And so it's the same thing. You've got the toolbox, and you just open it and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that you love to play, and of course, your direction and with Mid Kentucky Arts, you don't play anymore the piano at the performances. You direct, of course, full time, and you know we've got some great pianists. Is that how you say that?
That's correct.
And and your direction is just amazing. So does that come with the composing part that you? I mean, I don't even know how you do that. So just tell me.
Okay, in 25 words or less, right? Well. Does it come with the composition? No, I don't think so. Does it come with knowing the music and how it needs to be presented? It comes from that. And several years ago, a friend of mine asked, he said, if you were going to describe yourself as a piano player or a conductor or a composer, what would you say? And I said, piano player, conductor, composer. I can't separate them out. Probably the best way that I can describe how I do that is the choir itself becomes the instrument. So instead of sitting down and looking at a piece of music at the piano and playing it and knowing what it's supposed to sound like, then the instrument that I play when I conduct is the choir. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's just on a much broader, bigger spectrum. Mm-hmm. You look at the music, the printed music, and in your mind you know exactly how that's supposed to be, and then you do whatever is necessary to get the choir to respond in that direction.
I have a feeling you put your own little nuances in there as well.
Well, I expect every conductor does.
Which makes them so unique.
Yes.
Which I think in your case definitely is
Excuse me.
Is the case, you know. I never know what to expect. It's always something new. Every performance I attend, you know.
Well, it's a great group. It's a great group.
Yeah.
The conductor is only as good as the group is together, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you looking for more people to participate in the
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
If anyone is interested in singing or has done any choral singing whatsoever, please come and talk to me or contact me or just come to a rehearsal. We do not do auditions. I have found that over the years that auditions put many people off. They're intimidating. And usually if you have a desire to sing or you've sung in church choirs or even in high school, then as an ensemble voice, you'll be just fine. We have a lot of voices that are trained in the choir, in the chorus. We've got some that have some training. We've got some that don't read at all.
Don't read music? Just
they've got a good ear for it, and they love to sing, and they've got a good natural voice. And so I don't audition. I just accept if you want to sing, come try.
Well, normally people that enjoy singing, you know, will fit, I suppose, right in.
Yes.
But now there has to be sometimes there are
occasionally
little,
I've had some that
little off key maybe. have to work on that.
Well, yes. I'm always thinking of an old Andy Griffith episode with Don Knotts, who was getting ready to sing a solo, and they kept moving him back, go further back, further back. So I want you to sing under the bleachers.
So you do have to be delicate in those
yes,
things,
you do.
In those matters.
Yes. Very, very diplomatic and delicate.
Yeah. So I feel like you're probably a pretty good diplomat. In addition, see, that's just those are all the talents that you have. And golly, what would we do without the Mid Kentucky Arts? I do not know, because you know, when it first was initiated, and Susan and Lynn Spalding
Yes.
got you here. I guess because prior to that you were in Lebanon.
I had the Lebanon Community Choir.
Yeah.
Yes. And I first stepped in as accompanist. I accompanied the choir for 1 year. Mm-hmm. And when they came to me to ask would I be interested in that, I said yes I would, but I'm more interested in conducting. So if the conducting position ever comes open, can I take that instead? And so that was the arrangement that we had. And so
yeah. Well, you started out, I think, as the first conductor, correct?
No, actually, I think Valerie Valois was the first. She conducted from the piano bench. She played and conducted. Mm-hmm. And then for a short time, there was a gentleman from Henry County. His first name is John, and I'll think of his last name after this interview.
Yeah.
Right? He was there for a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played for him.
I'd forgotten that. And you played
1 year under him.
Right. Yes. So how long have you been the director now?
Since 2000, the conductor since 2002, I think.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, and it's such a asset to Washington County. And so those performances are at St. Catherine Hall. St. Catherine Hall.
Yes.
And then you also have performances in
other locations, at other venues. Yes.
Right. So tell me about the composing aspect. What's going on with that?
Well, a unique opportunity has arisen that I'm very, very excited about. There's an organization, a national organization called National Pastoral Musicians. And it's a professional group that serves services and serves church musicians in liturgicals like Catholic, Lutheran, Anglican. And there's a local chapter in Louisville. And they are hosting this Friday night, actually, a composers forum and have invited 6 composers from the area to come present some of their new pieces, some of their old work. And so part of the choir will travel up with me on Friday night, and I'll have a chance, about 16 to 18 minutes presentation of some of my newer pieces that I've written. So I'm really excited, intimidated, but excited about this.
So, well, no reason for you to be intimidated.
Always.
And what about your piece on the I gotta think of the name of it. With the Lincoln,
Abraham Lincoln, an American icon. Well, we keep trying to get that maybe performed in Illinois. I would love to see it performed in Washington at the Lincoln Center.
Wouldn't that be fabulous?
It's a matter
of a beautiful
of
piece.
Getting the music to the right person that would be in charge of scheduling, and so we're always working toward that. Always working toward that. And I feel like that when it is time, it will happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is it's just gorgeous, and people can purchase that, right?
They can.
If they come to one of the performances, or how can they do
if
that?
They just get in touch with me through one of the performances, through Susan, and I'm actually working on building a website from the composition side. And in other words, people could go onto the website and order any music that I've written, and I could get it to them.
Great.
So, but that's in progress.
Okay. And then what about the performances of Mid-Kentucky Arts that their CDs? Are those?
Those are generally available at the concerts.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, and I'm remiss here that I don't know this. You can order tickets for our concerts through Central Kentucky Theater, their website.
Right.
And I'm not sure if you can order the CDs from that website or not.
I know. I need to look at that myself.
And I should know that.
Yeah. And so, and speaking of that, Central Kentucky Theater, the Mid-Kentucky Arts, has a concert coming up.
Mid-Kentucky has a concert coming up. We've got 2 in the remaining season. March the 10th, we're hosting a Brazilian jazz concert.
Yeah.
And this promises to be absolutely phenomenal. It'll be a cello, flute, jazz pianist is coming over from Brazil, and a drummer. And these are stellar, top-notch musicians. So that's going to be a fun afternoon. That's on March the 10th.
Yeah. And that's at St. Catherine Hall, 2 o'clock. 3, maybe 3.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock,
yes.
Yeah. And if people want to purchase tickets for that, then they can get online.
Yes.
At Central Kentucky Theater. I mean, Central Kentucky, is it?
Central Kentucky Theater.
Theater, right. And purchase them online.
Yes.
Or if it's not sold out, purchase them at the door.
Yes.
So then, and tickets are like what?
15.
12 for seniors.
12 for seniors. 10.
Now that I'm a senior,
Yeah.
I remember those prices. I think, this is great.
Yeah, it is.
I get a discount.
And $10 for students, maybe, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And
you can tell I don't know very much about the business end, right?
Yeah. Well, you do, though, because you also manage that here, some of that with the under the city, under
Yes.
Central Kentucky, Mid-Kentucky, whatever. Isn't that awful? Tell me how you say that.
Mid-Kentucky Arts, Central Kentucky Theater.
It's just slashed in there, I think.
We're under the umbrella of the city in their arts department.
Which is over those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but now that we've combined, I'm never quite sure how you say the name. So Central Kentucky
it's
Theater
still
/ Mid-Kentucky Arts.
Right. Well, it's still two separate entities,
Right.
although we're under the same umbrella. So we don't usually combine the two in a title. So
Yeah. But you do some of the administrative, I think, with some of that, don't you, still?
Well, several years ago, I came in as an interim to help the theater while they were looking for a new director. But no, I don't do.
You're not doing any of that
No.
now?
No.
Okay. So then, and you still have your office at St. Catherine?
Yes, we have it.
At
Yes, the city helped us. Through the sisters in the Mother House building down in the basement, actually where I used to teach.
Have your music room.
We're able to keep all of our music housed there, Central Kentucky's music, Mid-Kentucky's music. Their
See, I'm
pianos.
glad
I
you
know,
get confused
right,
too.
okay. Yeah, so that's like the office of the organization.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so that's really good of the sisters to allow us to.
The sisters
have that.
and for the city to
Right.
help us get that, yes.
Yeah. And so then you've got that performance, which is just one day.
Yes.
And that should be excellent. March the 6th, did you say?
March the 10th.
March the 10th. Sunday, March the 10th at 3. Then after that is the spring concert, which is...
Our spring concerts are April 27 and 28. It's a Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. They're both at St. Catherine Hall. This year we're focusing on sacred music of the past 200 years. And so the choir absolutely loves doing this music. It's a little different concert for us. Usually in the spring we do lighter stuff, more popular,
Right.
more mainstream kind of stuff, but this is going to be good. This
Now,
is going to be good.
what sacred music, what do you mean? Tell me give me an idea.
Well, back when I used to teach, there's sacred music or secular. Sacred has anything to do with the church or God.
Right.
Or religion, and of course secular is everything else. So we'll be doing such things as I'll Fly Away with banjo, Amazing Grace, a Josh Groban favorite from several years ago, You Raised Me Up. So it's some old church music and some very contemporary and very new. How Great Thou Art, a perennial favorite of just about everybody in the world.
Right. Right.
So we'll have a gospel quartet that will do Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. So it's all kinds.
Yeah.
Something should appeal to everybody there, hopefully. So.
Right. Well, music is music. What better way to be entertained than to listen to some good music? And
I
of
think
course
so.
that will be being spiritual and all. That'll be right before Easter probably.
It's the weekend after Easter. We're
Weekend
still in
after.
Eastertide. We're still in the Easter season, but
Yeah.
it's the week after Easter.
Yeah. What's the date again on that?
April 27 and 28.
Okay. And that'll be in the evening on Friday night and Saturday night at
Saturday
7.
night at
Oh.
7:30, Sunday afternoon at 3.
Okay. Okay, no Friday night.
No, not
Just
this time.
Saturday night and Sunday. Okay, great. Well, Teresa, I want to congratulate you on your award. And I'm sorry that Keely didn't get to, but I know Fran did a tremendous job.
She did.
And we all appreciate your involvement in this community. And I have a feeling you're going to stay around a while, even if you do get to New York,
yeah.
because you're doing an addition to your house, so you can't go anywhere.
No, I'm here forever.
And we're happy about that. We don't want you going anywhere.
Oh, no, I love Springfield.
Regardless of what success you incur.
Thank you.
And so congratulations on your award, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.